What's up, bros? Today we're cracking this two Target exclusive mega boxes of 18-19 NBA Prizm. It says it's great value, like 60 cards per mega box. But like it's a little bit strange calling like 60 cards for $50 a great value. You can buy a blaster of say hoops and get like 88 cards for $19.99. So what's that like if this is great value? And there should be 4 Prizm silvers and 14 mega box exclusive Prizm red ices in this box. So pretty exciting break ahead. And we start with Unfurnished Simmons. Actually, he's a pretty interesting rook because he skipped college and went to play for some preparatory program. Like this IMG Academy. Like not sure what it is. Billy Preston. We start with 2 rookie cards. It's pretty cool. Of course, the goal would be to pull Magic Johnson silver dominance insert. I think this dominance it might be. I'm actually not sure, but it might be a retail exclusive insert this year. Pretty cool. Anus Counter, like this is how this break ice, like cracked ice, red parallels exclusive to these Target boxes look like. Generally like the cracked ice effect, but prefer it like in blue. Harrison Burns and Allen Crabbe, long time Portland Trailblazer, who like I think was traded to Brooklyn 2 years ago, and emergent of Grayson Allen. Frank Tilikina, hot French rookie from last season, but now struggling mightily at the Knicks. Allen Iverson. It's pretty cool that this year they decided to replace coaches with retired players. Definitely brings some more value in the product because they're much more retired player collectors than coach collectors. Marcus Smart, but if you ask me, his name should be Marcus Stupid based on his basketball IQ. Nikola Mirotic, correct ice. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, red correct ice. And Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm not sure what's going on with Wizards this season. They started like something like 0-10, but now like have been slowly recovering. Of course, the goal is to pull 2 hot Rocky silver from this box. The first one is exactly Mikal Bridges, like that's what I'm talking about. The first hot Rocky is from Phoenix Sun, another one is from Dallas Mavericks. So all of you probably understood that I mean Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson, like who's like March Madness champion as a part of Villanova. And Omari Spurman. He's also actually a March Madness champion from Villanova. But God, like, how can you play in NBA with such a muffin top? Like, like it's Josh Hart, a hot, no, not a hot like rook at all. I'm not sure who are like hot rooks like in LA this season. Like, that's actually also. Will Chamberlain silver. Actually, I'm getting a lot of these retro silvers like Chamberlain and Magic Johnson. Kevin Durant I don't know like how many of you saw his amazing last second 3-pointer against like Toronto. Like, God, Toronto is a stupid team. They're leading by 3 points, so why not just to fall Durant 2 seconds before the buzzer, but for some reason they just like allow him to throw. Oh, Andre Iguodala, red cracked ice. Love this third uniform of Dubs, and Frank Tilikina, silver. Emergent of Kevin Knox. He's like struggling mightily with scoring, like a pretty overhyped rook. Dwight Howard, so a very interesting player. Like he has 5 children from 5 different women, and this year also like a transgender man, I think, accused Dwight Howard of trying to have sex with him. So really exciting stories developing around him. Paul Pierce and Bruce Brown. Justin Jackson, I've never heard about him. Reggie Jackson from Detroit Pistons, and Landry Shamet from so many no-name rooks in this product. Karl Malone, Steph Curry, and DeAndre Ayton. They're unfortunately not a silver, not a cracked ice, but just a regular. Nicholas Batum. Derrick Rose, 50 points against the team who waived him. Rudy Gobert. For some reason, Utah is really struggling offensively this season. Nobody is really scoring except Donovan Mitchell and Josh Jackson. Like, I don't know. Like, I think Phoenix should be like kicked from NBA before they get a proper point guard. And I was asking for Mikal Bridges silver, and yeah, I got it. So I think that's the only rookie silver this year in this box. Like, yeah, so not bad. Like, so along with Murray Spellman, he's national champion as a part of Villanova. Colin Sexton, freshman, based on his last name. He apparently loves to have sex, but who doesn't? So the first box is not the worst box, but not no really huge hits. I would say this the best hits: Mikal Bridges, silver, and Omari Spellman, red cracked ice. Both teammates winning national championship in March of this year. Sir Charles Barkley, OG Anunoby. Actually, not a bad player at all. I was watching Toronto playing Golden State, and actually, like, there's a lot of players who I consider scraps, like Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. They're doing pretty well. Developed a lot. Like, apparently this Raptors are doing some nice job developing the players, and Kevin Knox, that's not the worst player to get a red cracked ice parallel. 8th overall, I think, pick this year, but not a bad player, pretty athletic, but struggles mightily with shooting, like a lot of Rockies do. and LeBron James still in Cleveland uniform. Actually, the first product where King James is in Lakers uniform is Absolute, so that's a little bit strange. They because Absolute doesn't have like a huge following, so people can might be like missing that LeBron's first card is Los Angeles Laker. Yeah, like nobody's, and Kelly Olynyk, interesting Canadian player. Like I feel like I like him in Boston, but I'm not sure like how he's doing like in Miami, because I don't really follow Miami after LeBron quit the team. Karl Malone, Michael Porter Jr. Also pretty followed Rook. Unfortunately, that's not his silver. Terrence Rose. And this is, I think, Get Hyped green parallel of Russell the Beast Westbrook. I have a lot of respect to Westbrook because unlike Duranto, he stayed with the original team and not just went to join super team. Ah! 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 Yeah, bros, like that's I think that's what all of us see, like DeAndre Ayton silver Prizm, like, so that's how we go about it. Yeah, so God, I'm happy. Beautiful card, like I think also often the silver Prizm have like some kind of lines all over the place, but this one is like only has my ugly finger mark, so we'll clean it. But yeah, this card just made my day, like yeah, so it seems that I only got two. I will only get two silver Rooks today, and both are actually from Phoenix Suns. So it's in the first box I got Mikal Bridges, and in the second box it's DeAndre Ayton. So to say that I'm satisfied is a little bit of understatement. And then there is a Miles Bridges. I wonder if he's related to Mikal Bridges, but like probably not likely, because he has a lighter skin. And Steph Curry silver. This is also not an expensive card at all, but might be also worth something like $5 to $10, like because LeBron and Curry. This second box is a really good box, like, so Curry silver, DeAndre Ayton silver. God, he has like long legs, like looks almost like unrealistic. Yeah, so overall these Target mega boxes are pretty fun, except there's like they're like lacking colors a little bit, so you can only get these cracked eyes. Cracked eyes, red parallels like Korver still with Cleveland, not with Utah, then silvers, and apparently a little bit of greens as well, because I got this green Durant hyped, but it's not as colorful as, for instance, in a hobby. So Robert Williams III, but who gives a fuck after DeAndre Ayton. Sir Charles Barkley, and silver of Marcin Gortat, and Paul Pierce, Jordan Bell. He's actually a pretty reasonable player, like especially defensively. And yeah, like in the beginning, I told that I'm thinking about getting Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson. So I got both of them. So overall, this second box obviously saved me with Steph Curry silver and most importantly DeAndre Ayton silver.